My name is Richard Daly, bass player for Third World since 1973.
My name is Maurice Gregory, keyboard player. Been with Third World about 4 or 5 years.
Tone Eruption, drummer, 15 years in band.
I'm Steve McCaffcore, lead guitarist, and I'm one of the founding members of the band. I've been there since day one, since even before day one.
Day zero.
I'm AJ Brown, I'm the newest member of the band, lead singer.
When Third World was formed in 1973, we had run into this Jamaican friend who actually ended up working with us. We were doing a concert at the UWI in the afternoon, and he just arbitrarily came by and started to assist us in packing the equipment in the vehicle. And what had happened, I get to realize many years afterwards, he had had a sickle cell crisis, and that's how he ended up on the hospital campus, and that's how we ran into him. And he ended up being with us for over 30 years until he departed about 3 years ago. His name was Earl Wright Tipper. His tolerance for taking on pain was extraordinary. You know, and then years after realized what he was really going through when I got a more insight of what the disease was all about.
Well, my relationship to sickle cell is that one of my very closest friends is living with it currently. My friend Kirk McKenzie from Miami. Kirk is actually a Jamaican also, but has been living in Miami for many years, and Kirk has learned to manage the disease very well in terms of anytime he knows the signs, and once the sign comes, if he can't get the medication he needs right away to nip it in the bud, he checks himself into Jackson Memorial or wherever. And he's also attentive to certain dietary things, and tends to stay away from having too much alcohol, or there are a number of things that he has done to make sure that he doesn't fall into the crisis mode too easily. I've had occasions when I've had to take him in personally, and I've seen what the whole thing really is all about and how difficult it is when a crisis really occurs. I remember taking him to a hospital in Jamaica, and I was quite surprised that it was a Cuban doctor who was somewhat an expert on blood disorders, who took care of him, and Kirk told me it's one of the best doctors who ever took care of him anywhere that he's been, whether it's in the States or in Jamaica. But the Cuban guy was really a top boy. So it seems that, as Donald was saying, that this is a worldwide thing, Nations all over the world struggling with this sickle cell problem. It's good also to point out that even though it has a stigma as being a disease that only Africans or black people, as they say, can get, that doesn't necessarily run true, because there are people all over the world that have it. It's not a contagious disease. It's genetically handed down, and there's nothing to really be ashamed about having sickle cell, because it's not something that you did any wrong. We want to support our brothers and sisters at the University of the West Indies. We want to big up the people there, the professor, Dr. Sargent, who has dedicated many years of his life.
When I was growing up, that was the first time I got some kind of information about that particular disease, and to see how he dealt with it, to me was a way to get the information, and also to understand, a little about the disease. I'm from Mobay, and Mobay is an international hub for travel. and I'm sure that a lot of people who live in Mobe have the disease, and as we say, it's not contagious, but we over the years we've grown to understand the disease a little more. I was a little encouraged to know that it's really not a black disease. I can feel comfortable knowing that as an ambassador I can just talk about it in general terms. I mean, to know that it is in all the continents that you know on the globe, it must mean that it is a disease that that needs attention.
So we always treat him, we don't invite him to do anything vigorous with us. No, I'm just getting a little knowledge of what it's all about. And I guess a lot of people in Jamaica are suffering from this disease also. And maybe they don't even know because of the limited, to be a part of this, especially where I come from in the, ghetto. I'm along a lot of ghetto area and things, so I could pass on a message to people who are going through this kind of thing and don't even know that there's help. Because a lot of people think that maybe they can live it out. It won't kill them, so they can live with it, and they try, a lot of bush remedy, as we say in Jamaica, to ease the pain and live on.
When you don't know about something, it creates fear. So I think just making people aware of it would give them a sense of comfort and understanding of actually the disease. In comparison to the cancer thing, I mean, cancer is a severe thing, but sickle cell is also severe too. But it's not, focus is not so much on the sickle cell, it's more on cancer.
As much as it should be.
Right. So with the awareness, I think it's a good thing because then people will have an understanding.
The Sickle Cell Anemia Patients Network is a community-based organization that not only does research but helps patients manage the disease and cope with the sickle cell. The Sickle Cell Anemia Network is a community-based organization that for 25 years has been helping patients empower themselves with knowledge to help them deal with having sickle cell. Please join the cause.
There's no need to suffer alone. You can contact SCPTN and get some help.
Living with sickle cell is challenging. So people who have this disease need to talk about it, so others will have a better understanding of their pain.
There's no need to suffer alone. You could contact SCTPN. The number is 3475 838485.
Sickle cell is genetic, it's not contagious. We inherited it, we did not catch it. So make sure that you understand and you learn a little bit more about the disease.
Hi, we're Third World. And we're speaking today about sickle cell, its effects, and how to empower people to understand the disease, to take care of themselves, and to manage the disease, to manage the trauma of the events that are associated with this disease.
Join the cause.